Hello everyone. I am just gonna wait a few minutes for folk to hop on. Hello. Someone has hopped on. Just gonna wait a few minutes, let people hop on. Welcome. If you're watching the recording, welcome. I was trying to get my lighting right. I think I did okay. Yeah. My husband has a couple degrees, and one of his degrees is radio, TV, and film. So he usually sets up the lighting, and then he usually helps adjust it. But we have a tiny person, so he's tending to her. So I kind of had to do the last little bits myself. Hi, who all hopped on? Thank you. I'm just gonna give it a few minutes, let a few people hop on, because I don't want people to like get in halfway and they're like, wait, what's going on? Hey, Sam. I appreciate you hopping on, Sam. You tend to not have much interest in the things that I cook, and yet you still support me, and I appreciate you. Whew, man. Hello, whoever else just hopped on. Hey, I'm gonna wait maybe one more minute or so, just letting people hop on so they don't get lost halfway through the Try It Thursday. Trying to make sure I got all my little stuff. I think I'm good. My husband was making fun of me because I'm not a very tall person, of those who don't know. And the way, because my Vitamix is closer to the camera, it looks like I have like this super giant Vitamix. But it's just the normal size. I'm just short and it's close to the camera. And we will need it, so that's why it's here. This is one of my favorite, no, it's probably my favorite. No, is it my favorite appliance? This and the Instant Pot are like right there. Like, I have a thing about small kitchen appliances. I have a little bit of an addiction. It's getting to the point where like, where are we going to put these things? But this is definitely one of my faves. Okay, hey, welcome good people. Welcome to Try It Thursdays with LB. And I am LB Moores of LB Moores Consults, and I am here to help you become your healthiest and well self. So let's do this. So I wanted to highlight plant-based milks today. So why plant-based milks? Plant-based milks, they're a staple. They're a staple in plant-based eating. A lot of people are switching out They're, you know, they're dairy milks for plant-based milks for various reasons. They don't like the hormones. People of color tend to be lactose intolerant. So there are just various reasons why people are doing the switch. I have been lactose intolerant for a very long time, since I was a kid. So, you know, I don't know if y'all remember that good old Lactate and that soy milk from back in the day. Like I was doing plant-based milk before it was super popular. So been on that for a good chunk of my life. But of course, as I got older and more products became available and I've learned more, I've tried different milks. I've tried all kinds of milks. And y'all know me, I prefer to make my stuff because I'm kind of a control freak. I like to know what goes in my food. I like to know how much I put in there and what is what. There are some things that I do like that I, you know, usually experiment with and you know, that are pre-made, and we will highlight those things here at Try It Thursdays. And I'll let you know what I like, what I don't like, what I use, what I don't use, and we'll just do some cool recipes, quick recipes that should be staples for you. So, yeah, so plant-based milks. I have here, I'm going to move my bowl that we're going to use in a minute. I have here the 3 main ones that we do here at Chez L'Amours, or the Moors Manor, as we tend to call it sometimes at my house. So I have hemp seeds. We do hemp milk a lot. I also have almond nuts here. And we also do a lot of oat milk. So these are the 3 main ones that I tend to rotate. Sometimes I'll have them all on deck at the same time for different reasons. And there are different ways to make any of them. So let's start with the hemp seeds, okay? So you can get your hemp seeds and get them online, any health food store. I think even Walmart is selling them now. Go ahead and get your organic hemp seeds. They come in small and medium bags. Go ahead and get the medium bag because the small bag it's not going to be enough. You can probably get 1 good batch of milk out of the little one. So go ahead and get the medium bag where you can at least get a couple. So this 1 cup of hemp seeds will do a full pitcher, or 6 cups of hemp milk. So it depends on the person. Some people strain it out. So you're going to need a mesh bag. So there's a difference between the mesh bags, which are great for milks, and then there's like the hemp cloth bags or the cheesecloth bags that are good for like nut cheeses and stuff. So we have the mesh bag, which I have found works way better when making the plant-based milks. So hemp seeds, these are actually my favorite. I should have saved the best for last, but my favorite plant-based milk replacement or plant-based milk is hemp because it's so high in protein. You can get a good 12 grams of protein out of, maybe 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds. So I love how powerful it is. It also has omega-3 fatty acids, which we know are good for your heart, good for your brain. We need all that goodness. So so that we can be well. So I love it. It doesn't have that much calcium. So again, with these plant-based milks, let me just say this. A lot of times when we substitute things for a plant-based, that we usually get the source from a animal base, it doesn't always have all the whole nutrients or whatever. So when I say it has a lot of protein, meat or as an animal protein is considered a whole protein. That means it has all of the amino acids available and necessary for it to be considered a full-on protein that your body needs, okay? That your body needs to build muscle. And why is building muscle, even if you're not active, important? Guess what's muscle? Your heart's a muscle. Your brain is a muscle. Your lungs are muscle. So you need protein to help you build muscle. So a lot of times when you replace something like that in your diet with something plant-based, you kind of have to throw a couple things in there. So oranges, as you know, are high in calcium. Go ahead and get you some kale. Kale is high. It's high in everything. Just put some kale in a smoothie and get you a kale salad, roast some kale. Get some kale and one of these hemp milks or plant-based milks, and you're good. So no, it doesn't have like the same amount of calcium that it does I dropped my little spoon. It's in the same amount of calcium or protein as a dairy milk would. So you're going to have to supplement. You're going to have to be mindful about making sure your nutrients, your micronutrients, your minerals and all that, make sure all that's balanced in your diet when you're doing a plant-based switch. So with that said, that's why I like the hemp seeds or the hemp milk over a lot of the other ones, because it has a lot more of the needs that we need from a liquid protein. So this is the brand that I get, Hemp Hearts. And no, none of this is sponsored. I'm not there yet, but hope a sister does get there. And the cool thing about hemp seeds, you can put them on salads, you can put them in yogurt. They are a little crunchy. They kind of have a nutty taste. Not quite, the full roundness of a nut, but a nutty taste. You can, I know a really good recipe for like a flatbread, a cauliflower flatbread. You can put the hemp hearts in there or the hemp seeds in there. So you get about a bag. This is about a medium bag. About it. Don't freak out about the calories, because anything high in fat is good, as long as it's a good fat. Anything high in fat is going to be calorically dense. That's just fine, as long as it's the good stuff. What we do look out for are things that are high in sugar, high in carbohydrates, because that of course can raise our blood sugar, and we know what that leads to. So keep everything balanced. So that's my spiel about hemp seeds. They're my fave when it comes to plant-based milk. They do they have a specific taste. So it's mild, but it's distinct. So I'm just going to warn you. And one thing I do like about the hemp seeds as well for milk is that it's white. I know that's weird, but a lot of people freak out about almond milk or soy milk because it kind of has like a tan tint to it. This is pretty white. And you can, again, strain it I'll show you how to make it in a minute. You can strain it once we blend them together. Or you can leave the debris in there. I tend to leave it in there because I want all the nutrients. I want all the stuff. Okay. So, but a lot of times for a client who wants a smooth taste, I'll recommend go ahead and straining it out. So that is the hemp seeds. So we can do the oat milk. Oat milk is very popular nowadays because it's so darn tasty. So good. It really has kind of that thick creaminess of milk that we're looking for. Milk is one of those things, it takes you back to childhood. It gives you a nice little hug. It's good hot, cold, in cereal, in foods. So I get all that. And the consistency of oat milk kind of gives you that. What I do like about oat milk is that it's a lot more affordable than if you're going to make hemp milk. So I tend to get like Bob's Red Mill. You can do your own research on which brand that you like, but I would highly recommend just making sure it's organic and making sure they don't use any weird pesticides on their oats. I really enjoy Bob's Red Mill. I trust them. I've been using them for a really long time. I like how clean they are in regards of they don't put a lot of extra weird stuff in their products. And I like that they're pretty transparent. They'll let you know, if it was manufactured near nuts or soy, where, if people do have those allergies. There is a company or a brand called, I think it's Germ. I'll post it in the group to get the exact name for you. But if you have like high allergies or contamination, they are a good brand for you if you want to do your oat milk, because they have facilities that are specifically made for, there's nothing in here but oats, there's nothing in here but sunflower seeds or whatever. So I do like them if I'm trying to be like super careful with a client who has a lot of high allergies and they can't do a lot of cross-contamination. So the old-fashioned oats, I like them the best. Not the steel cut because they're hard and tiny. We like the old-fashioned rolled oats because they're nice and fluffy. You can see them. They're nice and fluffy, and they will disintegrate well. There is a little trick when it comes to oat milk. So it can get slimy if you over-blend it, which is gross because it's oatmeal. If you think of the consistency of oatmeal, it's kind of slimy. So you cannot over-blend oats. or for your oat milk, okay? If that's your thing, if you like a slimy, you know, taste of your oat milk, good for you. But I don't. So don't over blend it. You literally pulse it like maybe 5-6 times, and then go ahead and strain it through your mesh bag. And also try to get a nice size mesh bag, pretty big, so that you know, if you're making a large amount of a plant-based milk, it'll all fit in there, and you're going to kind of you know, strain it out. So that's it with the rolled oats. We know all the cool stuff about about oats. They're great for your heart. They're great for energy, you know, because they are a little more calorically dense. So they're great for energy. They're great for workouts. And because of that consistency, they're good for like lattes and stuff. I tend to not overheat oat milk. Sometimes I will add it last minute to a recipe so that, again, it doesn't become a little slimy. Or if you do want something a little thicker, you can go ahead and add it. But I tend to add it towards the end of a recipe. So that is about the oats. And the almonds. Almond milk. I love almonds. They just have such a wonderful flavor, and they're super nutrient dense. They are soluble fiber, so that means they disintegrate in water in your intestines. So when you want fiber, and when you ingest them, they kind of disintegrate into water, and they're good for helping everything pass through. So we want that. We want that good stuff if we don't have a nut allergy. Not trying to kill you. So what you do with the almonds, you can do this with any nut. So you can do it with walnuts. You can do it with almonds, macadamias. Same process. So you're going to go ahead and rinse them. This is about a cup. Get a cup, rinse them, and let them soak in water overnight. So that they become a little softer. Now, if you don't feel like going through all that, which, you know, sometimes we just don't got time for all that, you can go ahead and get the pre-sliced ones if you just need to make it right there on the spot. So that's what I like about these little shaved ones. Sometimes I don't have time, or maybe I forgot to go ahead and soak, and I can just grab these shaved almonds and make a quick almond milk. So the almond milk is pretty famous. It's one of the OGs, you know, for plant-based milks. People are pretty familiar with it. It is pretty simple. You literally just soak them, drain your water, pour them. I usually do my milks in between 6 and 8 cups of water. Go ahead and pour them in your blender with your water and your seasonings, and blend until you don't see any more of the little granules. And then you can go ahead and strain. And so that's literally it with the almond milk. The oat milk is a little different because you have to, well, you don't have to, but some people like to pre-season their water with the oat milk. So what do I mean by that? So when I'm making my oat milk, I'll do like some dates, okay? Like 3 real big, ignorant, juicy munchable dates, okay? You'll do your dates. You will take your date. You'll peel your date. Well, not peel it, but split it open to take out the seed. So people who are not familiar with dates, they have pits, okay? So take out the pit and throw it in your water, okay? So I use about 3. Some people use a lot more than that. If you don't want your milk super sweet, which it isn't, you can always add sweetener, you know, at the end or for whatever beverage you desire. I don't think you should make it sweet ahead of time. Make it that sweet ahead of time, if that's not your desire. So you can just make it a little sweet because, you know, dairy milk kind of has that little lactose-y sweetness to it. So go ahead and put your dates inside of the water, and you pre-season your water with the oats. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. Pray for us, sister, because I ain't never blended on camera, and I don't know if it's gonna knock anything over. Okay. So side note, when you're making plant-based milks, yes, you need a high-powered blender. It's just going to turn out better. Your saving grace could be, if you don't have that high-power blender, a Ninja will do, a Vitamix, great. But get yourself a high-powered blender to make your best quality of milk, so you can get all the awesomeness out of it. And then, but if you just kind of have like a regular blender, your nut milk bag will kind of save you, your mesh bag. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and do the oat milk first, because it's a few little tricks when it comes to the oat milk. All right. So first trick, season your water first. Again, you don't have to do this. You can put it all in at the same time. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but go ahead and season your water. Turn it on. So you kind of see it thick here. We want to wait till all that goes away. Let's go a little more. Okay, that looks okay. So usually if I wasn't online with you guys, I would have cranked it up to about a 7. It's on a 5 now. But you crank this thing into like a 7 or 8. It sounds like an engine. Y'all, I love it. I love it. Okay. So you season your water, and you can just season it with dates. And I will usually add a few Madagascar vanilla beans, or you can use vanilla extract. I prefer using the real vanilla bean because y'all know me. I know what's in there. Or you can make your own vanilla extract with some high alcohol, like an Everclear alcohol. Put it in a jar with a couple vanilla beans and let it sit for about a month. And there you have your own vanilla extract. And as you use it, just keep adding more alcohol and you'll have it forever. And you don't got to keep paying a lot of money for a vanilla extract. Side note. So you can add, you can do either or, because like even in this one, it's like pure vanilla extract. And it's vanilla bean and water and alcohol. So to save a little time, I'm going to go ahead and use this, but usually, in all honesty, I would have used the actual Madagascar vanilla beans. You can order them online, Amazon, or you can, Thrive, any health food store, or you can go ahead and pick them up if you're going to go into the grocery store. So I just added maybe a few drops of vanilla. Usually I would do 2 vanilla beans. So when you have a vanilla bean, they're kind of long. Here, I'll show them to you. I have these ones soaking in water because I kind of left the bag open. So if they get a little hard on you, it's fine. Just put them in water, make them nice and soft. Again, this is what a vanilla bean looks like. And you would take it and you would take a small paring knife, split it down the middle, and scrape out the vanilla bean inside, okay? The inside, and then go ahead and put it in your seasoned water. So our water is seasoned, and then we can go ahead and add our oats. So the other thing about the oats is that you use more oats when you make oat milk. So for the almonds and the hemp milk, you only use about a cup for 6 to 8, cups of water. For 6 cups of water, I use about 3.5 cups of oats, of rolled oats. Okay, so again, the reason why I wanted to highlight this one first is you do not blend this until smooth, okay? You just do a couple pulses because it will get slimy on you like oatmeal, and that's nasty, okay? So. All right, that's it. That's all you need to do right there. So yes, you see all kind of thickness. It looks kind of like oatmeal. It's gonna look like that, but that's fine. So let's see. Hey, thank you folks for joining. Welcome to Try It Thursdays. Those of you who have joined later, we are doing plant-based milks today. So doing plant-based milks because they're the base of so many plant-based recipes. A lot of people are curious about them, and it really irritates me to pay $4 for something that I can make at home way cheaper and super fast. So I just want to teach y'all how to do it. So that's what we're doing here. And then make sure you stay till the end because we're going to make us a tasty, anti-inflammatory little drink, golden milk, if those of you who know about it or who don't, that you can use with your plant-based milks. So you get you a nice basin. I got a clear one for y'all so that you can see what's going on. But you get you a nice big bowl, put your mesh bag inside, and you pour. So what do you do with the extra oats that's left in here? You could go ahead and make you some overnight oats. You can make you some oatmeal cookies. You can do all kind of stuff with it. We tend to do overnight oats with it because remember the dates are in there. And so it's really good. You can just add some hemp seeds and some nuts and maybe some raisins or something in the morning. And you can eat it cold or pour some hot milk over it. And it's really good. It's a great post-workout or pre-workout little snack. Okay, so there, got a little apron here. There is your milk. And that's it. That was super easy. That was super fast. I have people all the time tell me, they're like, I'm not gonna do that. Do it. You about to pay $4 for, a carton, and then they put weird stuff in it. They put extra sweeteners in there, and they put fillers in there, and they might put more water in there than you would, where you can just make it at home. So this is the oat milk. I know it's super popular right now. Let me go ahead and switch this out. Stand by. And then we will do a quick hemp milk. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do the hemp milk. And the hemp milk and the almond milk is pretty much the same process. So I'm just gonna highlight one. So again, you just need 1 cup of hemp seeds. Again, I use this brand. Go ahead and get you the medium to large bag so that you can make a couple batches. With the smaller bag, you'll probably just get maybe 1 batch out of there. And if you're like, oh, I just kind of want to make 1 cup, or a lot of times if I don't have any milk made on, just on hand, and I want to make a smoothie, you just add 1/4 of a cup to your smoothie, and it'll be like you just added the milk in there. So, little tip. So go ahead and add your hemp seeds, and with the hemp milk, depending on what I'm making that week, I'll either just do it plain, unseasoned with water, or I'll go ahead and season it with some monk fruit. Monk fruit is one of my favorite low glycemic sweeteners. It's all natural. It's zero everything. I like it. It doesn't have as strong of a taste as stevia. Stevia kind of has can tend to have that aftertaste. You don't have that with monk fruit. But with monk fruit, a little bit goes a long way. Like literally a couple drops, you're good. You don't need all that. Okay. So you can do dates, however you want to do it. But I just keep it simple because it doesn't, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do throughout the week with various recipes. So I have my water here, and this is 6 cups. Okay. So, now with this milk, you do want to run it until it looks pretty clear. So the cool thing about the hemp seeds, you see the little green bits, you just kind of wait for those to kind of disintegrate or get pretty small, and then you know your milk is ready. So I'm going to crank it up just a little. It's looking pretty darn white. So you see how all the little bits have disintegrated. It's pretty small. You're good. You can run it a little longer, or you can kind of, you know, rock with it like this. So you can just leave it like this, put it in a jar, a nice clean glass jar, mason jar, seal it up, put it in the fridge. Your milks go in the fridge. They'll last you about a week before they start to kind of turn. You'll know. And yeah, you can just use them for different recipes, different drinks. Again, you would do the same thing with these almonds. You would literally dump them in your water and season it how you want. Some people season it with a little bit of vanilla or, you know, honey, agave, dates. I'll usually add a little vanilla bean and go ahead and blend until smooth. Again, you can strain out your almonds or your hemp seeds if you want a smoother milk. But I like to sometimes leave it in there if I want all the nutrients. If I know it's going in my smoothies and I want it all. I'll go ahead and keep them in there. If I'm going to use a recipe, or if I know I kind of want that smooth, creamy milk taste, I'll go ahead and strain it. FYI, it does taste a little better strained. So just letting you know. So what can you do with all your milks? I really love, especially with it being fall, y'all. I'm so obsessed with fall. Like I changed into a little crazy person when it comes to fall. I love fall. It smells good. It's beautiful. I just want to just be in the fallness at all times. Okay. So soon as fall hit, yes, you know them little pumpkin spice heifers y'all be making fun of. I'm her. I miss her. I'm the pumpkin spice heifer because I love all fall. So we're going to make us some golden milk. Have you heard of golden milk? So golden milk is a milk base. You can use any milk. A lot of people use dairy milk. I tend to use one of my plant-based milks. And this is where I probably would use it smoother. You know, so I would have strained, you know, my milk if I know I'm going to be doing golden milk or matcha throughout the week. So you can go ahead and you get your mug, and let me go ahead and, since my little spoon dropped, I need to go get another spoon. Okay, so I tend to, I really like my golden milk made with the oat milk. Again, it kind of gives you that smooth, kind of homey, tasty feeling you're going for. But we're going to go ahead and make it with the hemp milk while it's here. Again, you can make it with any of your plant-based milks. You want it smooth, go ahead and strain it with the mesh bag that I showed you earlier. Okay, so you get your mug, okay, And inside golden milk, you're going to have pure organic turmeric. Okay. You're going to have ginger. So you can do fresh ginger or you can do powdered ginger. I have powdered ginger today. And you can do Ceylon cinnamon. We will talk about the difference in cinnamons at another time, but ensure that it's Ceylon cinnamon. And we're going to sweeten it with some honey, local. If you're going to do local, make sure it's raw and local because it'll help you with your allergies, because the little bees were in the pollen area that you're allergic to, and it'll help you not be allergic to it as much. So you go ahead and you get your turmeric. This is 1/4 of a tablespoon. So the cool thing about turmeric is that it is so powerful that you do not need a lot of it. So that's about all you need. Same with ginger. All of these spices that we're putting in this recipe here, they're all anti-inflammatory spices. So they help with overall inflammation. Inflammation can be in the form of diabetes. Yes, diabetes is considered chronic inflammation. Arthritis, joint pains, all that fun stuff, or not fun stuff that we tend to deal with. This tea will help ease some of that. I was having, I think I was having like some endo pain like some months ago, and I did a couple, rounds of this golden milk, and that was good. It's good to go. You can, again, add your vanilla bean, your whole vanilla bean. Again, we split it open, scrape out all the seeds, put it in there, or you can do your pure vanilla extract. We're going to do that, and for the sake of time, just a drop. Again, I also recommend the actual bean because it doesn't have alcohol in it. Alky. So you would add a little bit of milk, and for this round, again, I just used 1/4 of a tablespoon for the measurements. So you put a little bit in, okay. And you whisk. So you can use a small metal whisk. I prefer to use a matcha whisk. It's made from bamboo and it makes it frothy, and all of the little tendrils, make sure it's mixed well and it makes it nice and smooth. So you go ahead and stir that right on up. Okay, it's looking really good. Okay, and then I would go ahead and add my honey. And so the reason why I just did a little bit at the bottom is because you can stir it better that way. So you stir it, just add a little bit of liquid to kind of really mix in those spices. Activate its awesomeness. And again, you don't have to use honey. You can use a low glycemic sweetener like monk fruit or stevia or even yacon syrup. And so you can drink it at this temperature, room temperature if you want. You can drink it cold, or you can heat your milk to make it a hot beverage. For the sake of time, I just went on ahead and did it room temp for you guys so you can see how to make it. So again, hemp milk and almond milk, they heat better than oat milk. But oat milk does give you that smooth kind of milky consistency that you want. Oh yeah, that turned out really good. Oh, that's really good. I did good on that. So again, those of you who have come to Try It Thursdays, I'm going to try to do this weekly. We're going to try out cool recipes. We're going to We're going to try out cool products. We're going to try out cool, all kind of stuff, because I love products, as in like kitchen appliances and new cool things that are coming out. I found some online. Did y'all know they had gluten-free, low-carb tortillas? Now again, I don't do a lot of the processed, but sometimes the sister got a craving for some nachos, and I can't be messing with all the high carb stuff because I'm sensitive to carbs. So we're gonna try all kind of stuff. I'm gonna be your guinea pig. We gonna do this thing together. So I see y'all saying stuff, and I'm here by myself, so I can't even really see what y'all saying. I'm gonna have I think Iris said something. Oh, she said add some cayenne. Now Iris, I ain't trying to do that to the people. I like the cayenne, I do, but some people get a little spicy, but the cayenne is a good tip. Some people add a dash of black pepper, as it will activate the turmeric and make it a little more powerful. You can go ahead and do that. You literally need a dash, like a little dash. That's all you need, okay? Same with the cayenne. Cayenne does help with inflammation as well. So thank you. Let me see if I can continue to read. Okay. Who that? Now, how much cayenne? Now, yeah. Okay, Miss Gretchen, you like it a little spicy. Me too, girl. Me too. Literally a dash, but it depends on you. So again, for all the spices, I used 1/4 of a tablespoon for this recipe. I wouldn't recommend using that much cayenne. Like literally a little dash. A little dash. Thanks, Dad. My dad said he's proud of me. Love you, Dad. I'm glad you're watching it. And you can drink some of this golden milk. So you can add turmeric does have a strong taste. So I don't know if you wanted to go heavier on the turmeric. Again, I would only recommend doing maybe one more of these. But if you want it balanced, I wouldn't add too much more. This amount is probably about the amount that's in a capsule. So I think this is sufficient. But sometimes people want a little more golden. You can add more. That's fine. But turmeric can be a little bit of a strong taste. Yeah. Okay. Oh, what kind of blender? So, Iris, you didn't hear my little, my love sonnet to my Vitamix. Girls of Vitamix. I love my Vitamix. I have a thing for kitchen appliances, small kitchen appliances. And my Vitamix and my Instant Pot are my two favorite kitchen gadgets. I use them both for everything. Yes, I love my Vitamix. It was a Christmas gift from my favorite big human, Ashley. My husband, he got this for me a couple years ago, and I use it every day. I use it for soups. I use it for my smoothies. I use it for my milks. Like if you crank it up to like 10, which I almost never do, if you crank it up to like 8 or so, it sounds like an engine. It's so cool. Love my Vitamix. Okay. Let's see if I see any more questions. So, let's see. Just want to make sure I covered everything. Do y'all have any questions? Y'all got any questions about the different milks that I highlighted? Anything that you need to add? So if you want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add a cinnamon stick. This is a cassia cinnamon stick. So it's different. Let's see. Sam said, do you have an Amazon list for your gadgets? Not yet, Sam, but I'm going to get there. Oh, you're welcome, Stephanie. Thank you for watching. Yes, my matcha whisk. Love my matcha whisk. I got it on Amazon. So when you're done with your matcha whisk, you can go ahead and rinse it out. Rinse it almost immediately. They don't really recommend you putting a lot of harsh soaps on it, but make sure it's thoroughly rinsed, and then you set it up like this for it to dry. And the little tendrils, they come really tight, but they will kind of unwind a little bit as you use it. It's just fine. So if you want to get fancy, you can go ahead and add you a little cinnamon stick to kind of make it a little fancy if you're trying to impress somebody. So these are cassia cinnamon sticks, which are different from Ceylon cinnamon sticks. We will go on the differences of that another time. You can go ahead and garnish it with a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg, trying to impress somebody. Okay. And I tend to, especially like on a wonderful fall morning, I'll go ahead and sit out on my patio and with my little tray and my little cup. Look at that. Don't it look good, y'all? My little cup of golden milk. And not only is it delicious, oh, it smells so good. Not only is it delicious and it smells like fall, tastes like fall, it is helping with our inflammation. Okay, let's see. Any more questions? Michaela asked about the shelf life of the milk. Okay, so I said a little earlier, the milks last about a week before they turn. So I used to just make them, I make like a jar this big of them. Unless I know I'll be using them excessively, then I'll make about 3 jars. But this is probably about all you need if you're going to be, you know, just putting a little bit here in your coffee or here and this, here and that. But this makes about, let's see, this fills about 2 of these jars. And that usually gets me through the week. I'll add them to different beverages or different recipes, or just drink it. My baby likes the oat milk cold, so I'll give that to her so you can use it for all kind of cool stuff. But yeah, about a week before it turns, maybe a week and a half, but you're pushing it. It'll probably start to turn into a little bit of yogurt. Ooh, check out my recipe if you want a oat milk based yogurt. I went on ahead and made that for y'all a little bit ago, so you can see the recipe there. But yeah, so I have I love beverages, so that's why I wanted to go ahead and highlight a nice beverage, something nice and easy for us. Okay, do we have any more questions? That's good. And the cool thing about using the hemp milk with this is that you're getting protein with it too. So you're not getting any protein with the oat milk, but it is a little bit smoother. Whereas with the hemp milk, at least you're getting some of the protein in there. I love anything that covers as many bases as possible. And again, as I said earlier in the video, you just have to remember when you're doing those exchanges with plant-based stuff, you know, you have to remember that you are covering all your bases with the nutrients that you're removing. When you took out that animal product, you have to put that back in the form of a plant-based product. And a lot of times, you know, plants, they're not considered whole proteins, you know, because they don't have all of the amino acids that's considered for something to be a complete protein. The only things that have very few plants, soy, buckwheat, or a few of the plant-based proteins that are considered to be quinoa, are considered to be as close as possible to a complete protein. Okay. See any question? You're welcome. I'm so glad you joined, Iris. Thank you, Miss Gretchen. Thank y'all for stopping by. And make sure y'all come back next week. We're going to try something new. Try Thursdays. All right, my loves, good people. Go ahead and make this. Let me know how it turns out. And y'all have a great weekend. Marcia wants me to highlight my services. Thank you, Marcia. So I am a certified health coach. I am a faith-based nutrition advisor. And I am a nutrition educator. So I teach anyone who wants to know more about their nutrition, what to eat, what to put in their body so that they can become their healthiest and well selves. As a health coach, I guide you through that journey to your healthiest and well self. And as a faith-based nutrition advisor, I teach you how to interconnect God and faith with your health, because they're like this. And you can serve God the best you can when you're healthiest and well self. So that's what I do. Check out my website. Mom said she's on her way to pick up the milk. Do y'all have any other questions? It's really good. All right, cool. Well, I love y'all. come to the page, ask me questions. I'm here. Check out the website. Private, message me if you want to keep it on the low and you don't want people to know all your business. And I'm here. All right. I love y'all, and let's do this. Let's always continue our journey to be our healthiest and well selves.